What's up, guys? Joe Simons here with Salt Strong. We just finished wrapping up the ultimate red drum mastery course for the states of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. We did it with Jeff and Christy Anderson of One Fish, Two Fish, along with some red drum experts in each of those states that I just mentioned. And I wanted you to see a sneak peek of just a snippet. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we talk about in the course. Regardless if you invest in the course or not, I wanted you to see this. So this little snippet here is Jeff Anderson of One Fish, Two Fish and Captain Mitchell Blake of Fish IBX Charters. Enjoy.
Whenever I'm dock fishing, kind of mentioning docks, whenever I pull up on a shoreline, it may have 100 docks on it. It may have 30 docks on it. There's a couple of keys that I look for on dock fishing. Now this is going to separate. This is separate everything.
Right.
If I'm fishing docks, or if I have clients that I feel are capable of fishing docks without getting hung up, we'll pull in on an area. First, I'm looking for the longest dock in a line of docks.
Okay.
Okay. A couple reasons for that. It gives you a larger span to hold more fish.
Right.
And also when fish are swimming by, it's a lot larger structure for them to congregate to.
Right.
Okay. Number two, I'm looking for the oldest dock.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
The oldest dock is going to have, an old dock compared to a new dock. The old dock's going to have growth. It's going to have a lot more things in the ecosystem to hold fish.
Gotcha.
Okay. Number three, the dock with the most lights on it, or the guy that likes to fish that goes and puts lights out.
Very true.
He's attracting bait all night long.
Right.
A bait's attracted all night long. So if you're looking at a series of docks, dock, man, that's an old dock. Bam, that stands out to me. Dock, lighted dock. I see lights all over it. Someone's really taking care of that dock. They got it well lit. They got lights in the water.
Yeah.
That's going to be my first stop in the morning, because they've been attracting bait all night long.
Right.
Lighted dock.
Absolutely.
Longest dock, oldest dock.
That's some good advice. How do you evaluate which grass line is better than the other?
Grass lines can be tricky, and probably one of the hardest for, probably the hardest for skilled anglers. Folks coming to a new area, you see beautiful grass lines, and you're like, man, how do I distinguish one from the other?
Right.
And there's two types of grass. There's SAV, submerged aquatic vegetation, that grows off the bottom. It could be here 1 month, gone the next.
Okay.
Could be here for 1 year, gone the next.
Right.
And then there's shoreline grass lines. So let's break those two apart. You can have a shoreline that has beautiful grass on it in your mind.
Right.
But it may be shallow water that comes up to it.
Right.
Otherwise, it may be a really gradual slope.
Yes.
I try to omit that. I try to skip that.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want to fish it.
Right.
I'm looking for what I call ambush grass banks.
Yes.
Which is a grass bank that comes and drops straight down. If there's 3 or 4 foot of water, otherwise, if you step off the bank and you're in water up to here, what that creates is a wall that these red drum can come up to, and they can pin those crabs against. They can push that bait down that shoreline and use that wall as a way to slow that bait or push that bait against the wall.
Right.
If it's a real shallow, gradual slope, the fish have to chase a lot harder.
Absolutely.
Or if I can run you into a wall,
I
can get you. And the red drum's the same way. If I can get you against that wall, you're done.
Right.
So in dissecting a shoreline, I'm looking for deep water right against a grassy shoreline.
How far do these redfish travel? In your experience, have you seen them where you might not catch them that day, but are these redfish, generally speaking, from your experience, in the same general area, in the same creek, or what do you think about that?
They like the same habitat.
Okay.
Can be total different areas.
Okay.
And in saying that, like, we may go to a spot 3 or 4 days in a row and we really caught a lot of puppy drum.
Right.
A lot of slot class fish.
Right.
And then we may go there another 3 weeks and they're not there.
Right.
But we may transition creeks or areas, or a mile down the shoreline or 2 miles down the shoreline, or change what we call zip codes. We may go to another county.
Right.
And look for the same series
Right.
of applications and fish it.
Absolutely.
Because these fish, like I say, they've got to have protection.
Right.
If not, something's going to eat him. So he's going to be close, and he's going to stay close to something
Right.
that gives him food and protects him.
Okay.
And probably the third item to that were the water quality, which is in key relationship to everything else, is food sources.
So one of the other things that we do want to talk about that Captain Mitch, touched on in my interview with him is structure and just docks. So just like bass fishing or fishing in general, we as human beings, we associate ourselves. Structure for us is a house, a bedroom, things of that nature. It's hard for us to see what's below the surface, but there are certain things that we associate with that the fish also do as well. And that's just structure, like docks, or you see a bunch of wood in the water or a bunch of poles or anything. Structure is something that redfish are pretty much going to associate themselves with all year round. So you guys, those are some of the main things that we look for when targeting redfish and when evaluating a fishery and looking on Google Maps. So let's go ahead and let's cut to a quick little Google Maps tutorial. I'm going to show you guys, the structure that I look for, what stands out, and how we use that to locate these redfish.
That was pretty awesome, right? Well, if you enjoyed that, that is just a tip of the iceberg, just a snippet of this red drum mastery course. And if you are a serious inshore angler in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, or Virginia, I urge you to try out this course. You will see a button down below. It is a special offer. We are giving this completely risk-free for a limited time, and here's why we're doing it. We want more people going through there. We want more testimonials. It is interactive. It is something that's not on DVD. It's 100% online, so we can constantly add to it and make it better. So we want your feedback. You can get it today completely risk-free, but you have to click the button below, put your email in, and you will see the risk-free offer at a massive, 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 massive discount. So click down below right now. Can't wait to see you inside the course.